Hi everyone, hope everybody was just destroying it today in the market. Just a lot more volume, a lot more volatility than usual, guys. I said yesterday, small caps are getting heating up again, guys. If you're enjoying the videos, guys, I appreciate a like and a comment. And if you're new to the channel, I share trade ideas every day on StockTwit, Twitter, and I make daily YouTube videos, right? Just trying to help people, as well as live stream, pre-market to after hours. A very good community. Everybody just having fun banking. And yeah, guys, let's get straight into videos. So Nio yesterday, I talked about Nio. This stock I made a couple videos on, you can check. And this stock made a really nice move up today. Shout out to the bulls who are bullish on Nio or own Nio shares. Because this stock, it didn't just have fundamental reason. It didn't just have a catalyst, Nio Day, as well as other factors going for the stock. It also had a technical reason as well. I talked about the technical angle. And when it comes to stock, I said in the previous video, but you want to have many factors as possible when you're trading or investing even. Because if you're just going off of one thing, it's much easier for you to get burned, right? And I know it sounds kind of obvious, but it's true. You know, when I think for a potential trade setup, I just don't use one factor. For example, if a stock is moving on news, I don't just base my purchase on news. I take into so many other variables, such as float, such as market cap, such as short data, such as technical setup, range, moving average. There's a lot more factors, guys, that goes into a trade, which is why when you do that, in my opinion, you get a lot more better accuracy, as a lot better results as well. So Nio, this one looks really nice right now. Yesterday, another stock they gotta mention, TMC. This one I talked about yesterday. You could check. Talked about TMC, that it was at a really nice support area, like a really nice zone, pullback zone. And then today it just ended up ripping face. You could check TMC. I'm happy for the bulls that caught that dip or are bullish on TMC, because the fundamentals and the catalysts are just stacked for TMC. There's a lot going for it. It's not just a technical setup, and you could do a lot more research as well on the stock. I just wanted to give an update because there's people out there that watch my videos every day, and shout out to you if you pay attention, right? So next stock will be NEGG. This one I talked about again in multiple videos. So this stock, it reminds me of that time when HKD ended up just ripping rampant for several days, right? It just made a move up, and then on light volume pullback it looked weak, and then it made another leg up and another leg up. And also reminds me of the meme type of, remember, GameStop type of situation. And I talked about the stock a lot. You can check my previous videos, but it's just something to keep an eye on, guys. I'm not saying that's pulling HKD and rip like 20,000%. But in terms of the market, anything is possible, guys. I've seen crazy stuff in the market over the many years I've been in. So you just gotta pay attention to the stock as well, right? NEGG, new egg. Next one, Ixhl. This one I made a video on yesterday. Again, you can check yourself. This one, many factors going for it, not just in terms of fundamental. Look at the technical angle as well. This stock, Ixhl, has massive range. On top of that, today the volume was really good. If you check the volume today, the average volume for this stock actually is 106 million. But if you look at what happened when the stock was starting to rip up in connection to the level 2, right? I was just watching Ixhl today, and I mentioned it on the live stream as well. The stock just ended up constantly respecting those levels. You can check right now. This stock, every time it made a pullback, it just got eaten up. So this stock, I'm definitely going to keep an eye on it. I'm telling you guys, I think the level that we gotta pay attention to, in my opinion, is the 50-cent key area, psychological area. I say many times in my video when it comes to penny stock, 50 cent, very, very important level. And right now, it's holding that trend. So you want to pay attention to this stock as well, right? Kind of a multi-potential as well. Looking at the daily chart, it's finally starting to perk over that weakness level. Now it's starting to curl over. So we want to pay attention to Ixhl. Next one, BLSH. This one, again, I made a video on. Bullish IPO. This one made a really good move up today. You could check the 5-minute chart today on the stock. It made a massive move up. This was a $10 move almost on an IPO. This one made a big pullback. A lot of factors going for the stock as well, not just in terms of technicals. Like I mentioned, the Peter Thiel, as well as Tom Lee, Cathy Wood, as well as this stock having a lot of other bullish factors, right? And another IPO you gotta keep an eye on as well is Figma, as well as there's other ones as well. So next one we gotta talk about AEMD. This one I mentioned it right before it went crazy. So I mentioned that VWAP area, right? When it comes to these stock, oftentimes they don't really do anything. It looks more like a just consolidating pattern, but then this is one of those times when it makes those crazy moves up, right? When a stock starts to have lighter volume, when it starts to get thin, and then you see when you see a stock start to have lighter volume and then suddenly it starts to break out of that trend, that's when I see the biggest moves, right? Because when a stock has a very high amount of volume, it could definitely continue, but it's more obvious, right? When it comes to stock, most of the time, these more low-key type of setups, they end up ripping a lot. So that's just something I wanted to point out, is that you really want to pay attention to these stocks that look like they're not going to go crazy, such as the one I'm going to talk about later in the video, APM, but they just end up surprising expectations, right? So next one, APM. This one I just mentioned, APM was a monster today, ripped like 200. I think at the peak it was 250%. This stock, the main reason I kept mentioning it, if you watch my videos, you already know, guys, low flow, news, high volume. Every day is like clockwork. And again, every single stock that's low flow is not going to rip, obviously, or has news, but most of the time, I'd say definitely more than half of the time, every single day has been like that. I've been doing stock many years. It's like that every day, pretty much, almost every day. So you really want to pay attention to the flow every day, as well as the catalyst, right? So I had people in the pre-market say they like the pre-market news. I'm going to be definitely mentioning more pre-market news as well. So stick around for that, guys. And this stock also, if you look at how it was playing out, right, it was kind of looking trappy for the bulls. I said in the live chat that it was kind of looking like a bull trap, and that's what I thought, because I used to show in the past, when a stock looks too obvious, when the stock starts to look like it's going to break out, eventually it just stuffs and makes a massive knife, or holds it down, or has an offering. So this stock really caught the bears off guard today. It just ended up just ripping rampant all day, constant reclaim, and then it made a new high. So that's something else I want to remember, is that when a small cap, they constantly reclaim levels. That's danger. That's when it becomes really dangerous for short. So you got to remember that, guys. If a stock, when they pull back and then it looks weak, but then it reclaims over and over and over, that's a really bad sign for bulls. For bears, right? So this stock did exactly that. It just kept on going back over those previous high levels, and then it just ended up popping off. So next one, ADN. This one I mentioned in the news time, in the pre-market time, right? That news, I mentioned over that $5 area. And I actually saw the stock earlier than that. I saw it around closer to 450, 440, but I didn't mention it till after 5, because when it comes to stocks, small caps, I like seeing key psychological areas such as $1 or $5 hold, and that improves more confirmation, right? More factors for going for it. And this stock actually ended up making a really bad sell-off. But I said to the chat, I said that I was just looking for dip. I was adding dip. I was not getting out my position, and I was actually holding the starter position I initially mentioned, right? So that's how I trade pretty much, like, right? I don't just go in mainly randomly. I use kind of like strategic, where I try to look for the best areas as well and mention it to the team as well, right? Where it's best to, in my opinion, get like a small amount of size and then scale into it once it proves that it's really strong or it holds key levels. Or you could, when it dips, you could get those dips, lower your cost average, and then you're gonna be in a much better spot, right? Compared to, let's say, about the tippy top of a breakout, then you're pretty much trapped, right? So you really wanna pay attention to these small cap, because a lot of times they're very volatile. They make these same type of movements almost every day, where they stop people out. Like yesterday, THR, same situation, stop people out, and then it made a massive move up. So you have to remember these games that the small caps play, right? So yeah, today's video, there wasn't a lot of stocks. I'm gonna be definitely going back to that style of video where I mentioned potential stocks starting tomorrow. But today I just wanted to touch base on these runners, because I know a lot of people also trade the same setups I do, such as these low floater, high momentum trades, such as ADN, APM, GXAI was a good one. I forgot to mention that. GXAI was a good one. THAR was another really nice one this week. And there's many other setups, guys. So tomorrow I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to look for pre-market plays as usual. I'm going to mention it to the team, and also look for news as well, guys. If you also see news, tag me on StockTwist or Twitter, or any stocks you're bullish on YouTube as well. Like, we're just a team. We're just trying to help each other, and it helps everyone. And I pay attention to what everybody says. And yeah, just trying to make these videos as well, just trying to help people. So that's pretty much it for the video, guys. I hope everybody has a great night, and I'm gonna see you guys in the morning, guys. It's been really nice actually having these pre-market trades going really nicely these past couple of days, right? These small caps, and I'm expecting more, definitely. But tomorrow's kind of a Friday, so it might be a little slower, but I'm still bullish on this month. I think we're gonna close out this month with a bang, guys. I think we're gonna be a lot more runners, and I'm really excited, guys. So Stock Catcher signing out, guys, And I apologize if I kind of froze sometimes in the video because the background noise, like there's like airplanes and a lot of background noise. So I had to pretty much, you know, filter that, try to filter it out. All right, great. Have a great night, everyone. Seriously, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.